Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Fadia Raihan Aqrandista. Here, I will explain to you, I will share to you how to make the good translation from search language to target language, from English language to Indonesian language. So here I will choose one of paragraph in a short story and I will translate to you. I will give my process of translation to you and you will know about the result. This video absolutely made for fulfilling my assignment of translation course that's taught by my best lecturer. These are Mr. Dr. Andang Sayhu MPD and also Mrs. Farus Husnatul Abkoria Hum MA. So without any further ado, let's begin. Okay guys, here I have choose one of a paragraph, but before I start my translating, I will tell to you about what is translation. So according of Peter Newmark, translation is the process of conveying the meaning of a text into another language. So here I have choose one of paragraph from one of short story that is popular that titled is The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe. Do you know it? So this part was the most suspenseful. I choose this paragraph because it is the most suspenseful in this story, as we know that Edgar Allan Poe often wrote his stories about dark romanticism, and this is one of his most famous short stories. So The Black Cat tells us about a man who lived with his life and with his pets. Also, then when after he got married with someone, and due to his poverty, he became an alcoholic. And then he started to create a terrible mess in his life. So he killed absolutely annoying with his all of pets, and then he want to kill his pets. He want to give many punishment to his pets, and especially to his own black cat. So instead of killing his black cat, he killed his wife. It's really frightening for us to read it, but it's really fun topic to discuss about the plot twist. Also, then in the end of the story, there is a plot twist that's so really fun to discuss, and maybe it's only a bit of the story. Then when it has been happened, the police come to search to search his house for the evidence, and then this is when it happened in this paragraph that I choose for to translate it. This paragraph will tell us about that. When the police search his house. So this paragraph, absolutely, there is 3 sentences. Those are simple sentence, complex sentence, and also compound sentence. The sentence is, finally they searched the cellar from end to end. I watched them quietly, and as I expected, they noticed nothing. But as they started up the stairs again, I felt myself driven by some unknown inner force to make them know that I had won the battle. That is the sentence. That is the paragraph, sorry. Then before we know about what should we do for choosing the method for translation. Okay, here we should to identify the type of sentence that we will be translating into the target language. In the first sentence, and finally they search the seller from end to end. Okay, that is the sentence, right? Sentence of this paragraph, we can see that it consists of one independent clause. Remember it? One independent clause. One subject, one predicate, and one object. One subject is they, and one predicate it is search, and one object it is the seller. So there is only one independent clause there. So we can say that this sentence is the type of simple sentence, right? So next we have to choose what the method that is effective for this translating this sentence. So maybe I will choose for literal translation first, because or word for word or literal translation. For this, maybe I will choose for word translation technique. It will be like this. Akhirnya mereka menggeledah ruang bawah tanah dari ujung ke ujung. So, according to word for word, we know we should to translate the word by word. You know, finally, akhirnya, they, mereka, search, menggeledah, the seller, ruang bawah tanah, from end to end, dari ujung ke ujung. That is the word for word translation technique. But in the search, you know, search is in the literal meaning means menelusuri atau or menjelajahi, you know, or mencari, you know, like you search something in information on the Google, on the library, on a book, or the something journal or something like that. You know, search is for like that. But they here, the subject, they, it refers to police. It refers to police who search his house, right? So police, it actually dominant or mostly search is for like penggeledahan, right? Like polisi menggeledah rumah, polisi menggeledah ruang bawah tanah dari ujung ke ujung. So that's police. It can be menggeledah, not police menelusuri. Police menjelajahi. It's not like that, right? The meaning. So we can say that search is for the contextual meaning too, right? Menggeledah ruang bawah tanah dari ujung ke ujung. So I think this sentence, because this sentence is simple, and I think literal translation is really effective for this, because it does not change the meaning of the search language or of the original language, and also it's not change the nuance, right? Next, we move to the next sentence. I watched them quietly, and as I expected, they noticed nothing. So here, I choose 3 methods, okay? Firstly, I choose word for word translation. It will be like this. Aku mengawasi mereka diam-diam, dan seperti yang aku harapkan, mereka tidak memperhatikan apa-apa. Okay, I choose that methods because before that we translate this sentence. Of course, we should identify what is type of sentence it is. So I think this is, of course, there is the conjunction or coordinating conjunction of and here. So maybe this is the compound sentence, you know. Like the compound sentence is absolutely have 2 independent clause with conjunction between both of them, okay? Yeah, of course, this is the compound sentence. Then, after word for word, I will choose modulation technique for translate it. So, it will be like this. Aku memperhatikan mereka diam-diam dan seperti yang sudah kuduga, mereka tidak menyadari apapun. So, there is the difference between word for word translation technique and modulation technique, because the expect, it can be harapan, you know, in the literal, in the dictionary, expect means harapan. Then this word for word technique use that means seperti yang aku harapkan. So, but in the modulation technique, we know the sentence or the word of expect become kuduga or dugaan, you know, like I think it's good to be an understandable sentence, because it's more easy to understand it. And then there is they noticed nothing. There is a difference between both of this technique. Mereka tidak memperhatikan apa-apa in the word for word technique, right? And the modulation technique, mereka tidak menyadari apapun. So I think both of them is can be acceptable for us to understand it, because sadar, memperhatikan, it's so same, but the difference is from apa-apa and apapun. Apapun is more acceptable, I think, because memperhatikan apa-apa, apapun and apa-apa. That is the difference between two methods of this, but both of them, I think it can be accepted. Okay. And the third, I use transposition technique. Transposition technique that change the position of the word without changing the meaning. The original translation of sentence, that is mereka seperti yang sudah kuduga, mereka tidak menyadari apapun. In this modulation technique, right? So if we use transposition technique, it become mereka tidak menyadari apapun seperti yang sudah kuduga. There is the different only the different position, I think. Next, we move to the last sentence, the third sentence. But as they start up the stairs again, I felt myself driven by some unknown inner force to make them know that I had won the battle. Okay, in this sentence, we first determine whether this is a compound sentence or a complex sentence. Because of before that, we have choose the second sentence is a compound, so it is the complex sentence. From this sentence, we see that this sentence has one independent clause, of course. As we know that complex sentence, the definition of complex sentence is only have one independent clauses, and there is one or more in the dependent clause, so subordinate clause. So here we can see that in this sentence there are one independent clause and two independent clause. Okay, there is two kind. And from this sentence we see that this sentence there is I felt myself driven by some unknown inner force to make them know. So it can be say that it is independent clause, right? And there is two dependent clause, namely as they start up the stairs again, and the second is that I had won the battle. So there are two dependent clause, subordinate. So it can be seen that this sentence is, like complex sentence, right? And next, we should choose what is the method that really effective for this sentence. I will choose three technique. There are three technique. The first one is I will use literal translation technique. So it will be like this. Tetapi saat mereka mulai menaiki tangga lagi, aku merasa didorong oleh suatu kekuatan batin yang tidak aku ketahui untuk memberitahu mereka. Untuk membuat mereka tahu bahwa aku telah memenangkan pertarungan. Why I choose this literal translation first? Because I think this simplify, like it can be translate by literal, because the word is not too hard for us, and also this sentence, the translation result from this literal translation is, it can be accept, it can be understand by us. Okay, tapi saat mereka mulai menarik tangga lagi, but it's a bit ambiguity on the, aku merasa didorong oleh suatu kekuatan batin yang tidak aku ketahui. That's a bit ambiguity. And the word of unknown in the first of inner force, in the region of inner force is move or shift to the end of inner force. I mean, the unknown, tidak aku ketahui, is replaced to the end after oleh suatu kekuatan batin, inner force, like that. But if we apply the expansion technique, I will choose the second one is expansion technique. Namun, saat mereka menaiki tangga lagi, aku merasa ada dorongan kuat dari dalam diriku. Suatu kekuatan misterius yang memaksaku memastikan mereka tahu bahwa aku telah memenangkan pertarungan ini. So, in this expansion technique, it's more clear, right? It's more clear for us to easy to understand it again, because there is the explanation about what is the unknown inner force, right? Can be clarified and more easily understood by a reader, of course. Then there is the word let, there is the word of let them know to make them know. It has been repeated twice, so we can use reduction translation technique. We can use that in the to let them know, to make them know, right? So it become untuk memastikan mereka tahu. It's not untuk memberitahu mereka, untuk membuat mereka tahu. It's repeat twice, right? It's so really not too easy for us for understand it. It's easy but not too comfortable in our hearing. Okay, that's all maybe from me. So for the conclusion, translating a text requires a thorough analysis of the sentence beforehand, and only then we can know about what several methods we can use. All of several methods in the translation for make a good translation, for make the best translation. And essentially, you should remember it. The good translation, the best translation, is one that is easily comprehended in the target language. It's easy to understand. It's understandable for the reader, for the target audience, and without losing the intended of the meaning in original language or the source language. Maybe that's all for me. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you got this benefit of my explanation. I do apologize to you all if there are so many mistakes that I have done. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.